wrong turn.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Okay, so we're gonna hit record here, and I'm gonna go outside for like 5 minutes, just catch a little sun, try and actually mellow myself out this time. We'll see how it works, right? And then, so the plan is do you want to, oh, it's working already. Good. I'm so good. I'm so good. All right. All right. So we'll go up to Hal, and then the question will be, do you want to go into the meditation garden? Do you want to go into the meeting room? Do you want to go to the library? Do we want to call for somebody specific? Do we want to just go into the manifesting room and see who shows up there? That will probably an angel then, right?
Well, anybody could show up in the manifestation room.
Anybody can, yes, absolutely. We've seen lots of different things, but
Yeah.
I feel like we're more likely to get an angelic perspective in addition to whatever else we get if we were to go in there.
Right.
But what kind of pinged as I threw all those ideas out?
Well, the first one that pinged with me in my own head was manifestation room.
Okay, good.
And my logic is going like, why that room? It's not a meeting room, but that's the first thing that came to my heart.
Because we always ask for the right entities to be present and waiting for us when we go there.
Mm-hmm.
And it always is, right? Sometimes it's Raphael, sometimes it's Gabriel, sometimes it's Michael, right? Sometimes it's Arcturians and whatever. So this is a room I feel like that's very easy for them to show up into because, in a sense, you know how we do this sometimes. We yank people. What are you doing here? I don't know. I was compelled. Right? And so, we'll thank them and apologize, right, if we're bothering anyone. But this is part of the mechanics of the manifesting room is that we can manifest that which we need. So the person, and this way we don't let our minds get in the way of it, of saying, oh, I want to talk to Ra or Hermes or whomever I think might be the authority on that topic. When there's somebody else, there's some angel that I've never even heard his name before that is like the pro, or some ascended master that's all about the ascended master of karma or something, right? So this allows us to leave our minds open to the possibility of whomever can help with this topic the most. They've been listening to us talk about it now, and they feel compelled that I can answer these questions, and I would be very good to answer these questions. And this is, in fact, my job, is to answer these. I'm the person for this.
Right.
That feels really good. That feels. I'm feeling it in my heart. Really, I'm about to start crying for no good reason. I don't even know why.
That's because the spirits are already arriving. I can feel it here.
It's already around you. Yeah. So it's very good. It's very good. I feel a nice connection with you today too. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's gonna be a really good session, Ursula. It's gonna be really good. I'm not super excited. I'm not super excited. Okay, I'll be back in like a few minutes. Okay. Man, I don't know what I would do without my sunshine, man.
We've got heavy rain, heavy clouds and heavy rain.
I mean, I suppose you can feel it through the clouds and whatnot, and the rain does have a certain energy all its own.
Yes, it does. It washes everything clean.
I've been craving a thunderstorm all year, all summer. I've just been wanting to, like on these hot days, I just want a big, just for one night, not like a week or anything like that, just one night.
Right.
But my grandparents used to have this house, and it was like there was no ceiling. It was like exposed beams, and then the roof. And God, I'd love to hear the rain on that roof. You could just pitter patter. Oh, so beautiful. You know, it's big. You just see everything. It's just beams that went through and then no ceiling. And so it's just like one side of the roof, the other side of the roof. And you go to bed at night, and it's in Washington where it's rainy, and rain would just rock you to sleep, you know.
Yeah, rain on a roof is like the best sound at nighttime.
Isn't it? Isn't it though?
And you just feel the warmth of your blankets and everything. You just feel this kind of like, everything's right with the world.
Yes, exactly right. It's cozy. You're so cozy. You maybe
Yeah.
can look outside the window and see it hitting the window a little bit, and
Yeah.
out here all I get is we get a lot of wind, and so you know the branches will kind of hit on the house a little bit, and that can rock me to sleep sometimes. Other times it kind of scares you a little bit, almost like a thunder will.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feeling really good. I'm feeling really good. I felt like there was a bunch of angels starting to circle around me when I was out there, kind of just mellowing out, you know. And so,
That's good.
kind of interesting. Yeah. I don't think that they'll necessarily be the people that are going to answer our questions, but they're definitely around today, just as you felt the fairies around. Oh, look, my nose is running already. Okay, so we're just going to set the intention. We're going to ask questions about karma. We're going to see what the spirit world would like us to clear up, what people have wrong, what messages we can bring to the general population that will help with the ascension. Okay. All right, you ready, Frank? You relax, you chill, you mellow. I didn't get you too hyper. Mitch didn't throw you too off. You're in such a beautiful place there for a while. I want you to just remember that beautiful place you're in. You're feeling at peace. You're very relaxed. You felt the presence of fairies around you, encouraging you. Their wonderful, beautiful energy. You felt the angels that were circling around our heads, wanting to give us some information. They want us to have this information. I feel them coming forward. Mankind is ready for this, and this is why we were guided to do it today. I'm so thankful to have a friend like you that indulges me on these crazy ideas and whims that I get at a moment's notice. Thank you so much for that, Ursula. Because you are also committed to moving the world forward. And the world needs us and it loves us, and we love them and we need them. We will set the intention that we're going to be asking questions about karma today. We're going to be finding not what we have wrong, but what just the general population might have misconstrued. What can the world know? What does this world need to know about karma and the way it works to help us with our ascension process, to help us all with our each individual growth processes? We will respectfully ask that the right individuals come forward and meet us in the manifesting room that will be best able and most desiring to answer these types of questions on behalf of humanity. We will, of course, call in our higher selves, and our angels and guides and ascension teams, ancestors, and everybody that wants to help us to make sure that this is a great session, that it achieves nothing but the highest good and the best information, the highest quality of information, with the highest degree of accuracy. Everybody that can help with these goals is welcome and invited with much love, respect, honor, and gratitude. We love you all. We all thank you for coming forward today. Nice, deep, relaxing breath. Breathing in light, exhaling love, and just going a little deeper into a nice, relaxed state with each and every breath. In a moment, I'm going to count from 3 down to 1. You will step through and you will be at the Hall of Remembrance. See who is there to hear us. And 3, 2, 1. Be there now. It always feels so good and relaxing for me to do. I forget how much I need that. It's so good for me. All right, Ursula, what are you seeing, feeling, or experiencing in this moment?
So I'm in the hall. I have been with the rose quartz Madonnas, and I'm in the hall.
Okay. And just 2 Madonnas in there, right?
Yes.
All right, love them. I would like to say hi to them myself. And anything else different in the meditation room? Does it look different anyway? Are there any other beings around? Is anybody else in the water?
I was busy. Didn't look around. I was busy with the sorry.
All right, tell me what's important. I don't want to distract you. Go ahead.
I was busy. Um they were putting rose quartz energy into my auric field.
Oh boy, what could be better than that?
Yeah.
What feels better than that? Oh, so ooh, yeah, I can feel it a little bit there from you. Yes,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. What a beautiful energy, Ursula. Mm. No wonder everybody loves you, right? You're packing that kind of energy. Okay, so anything else you'd like to tell me about the Hall of Remembering before we go get to work here? Anything you've noticed or wandered around and saw or felt or
I actually spent the whole time with the Madonnas.
perfect? We love that. All right, so let's set the intention. We're going to go into the manifesting room. We're going to see if this is the right place for what we need to do. We can go somewhere else if it's not. And we'll go there and see if there's anybody waiting to talk to us today. Is there anyone in the manifesting room there, Ursula?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm just going to set forth an intention. I would like to request the presence of anyone that can help Kelly and Ursula with questions about karma and how it works and the mechanics of it. It'd be useful for humanity today. I count from 3 down to 1. We're going to say 3, 2, 1. Hello there, be there now. Just take a good look around the room, Ursula, and just see if there's anybody in here with us.
There's somebody here, but they're here. I can't see them.
Okay, that's fine. You
Yeah.
can feel them.
Yes.
Feels like a nice energy. Can you describe it at all?
It is a nice energy. Can I describe it? That's a different question.
Is this anybody you've met before? Is there any familiarity here on any level?
I think this is St.Germain.
Oh, wow. Somebody I haven't talked to before.
I have not talked to him before either.
Wow. Well, let's just see. Let's find out here. Well, I'm going to say, hello there, St.Germain. Is this you? Are you St.Germain?
Yes.
Wow. So very nice to meet you. Make your acquaintance in this manner. I thank you so very much for coming forward today. Will you be able to talk to us about karma a little bit? We have some questions we'd like to ask on behalf of you.
And thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. If there's anybody else that feels called, they're welcome as well. All right. So first of all, St. Germain, since our question is about karma in general, we'll just kind of open the floor up to you and see if there's anything, initial thoughts you would like to give to us, something you think that everybody should know that maybe they don't know.
Okay. There are many misconceptions about karma.
Perfect. And I do have many specific questions I will ask. I know this is a very broad, open-ended question. Just how I wanted to start things off, that's all.
Helping Ursula right now to tune in properly.
Sure, just take your time, Ursula. Know that in this room, it's a beautiful place to connect. We've got the great table there in the middle that has all the geometry with it and the crystals in it. Will help St. Germain to solidify, to come in clearly for us, to help us get answers which are of the highest quality and the highest accuracy possible at this time.
We always strive for high quality and accuracy.
Of course.
It's a very difficult thing to achieve at times.
Yes.
Not because the channel obstructs
Mhm.
but because there are fears that arise,
Right.
fears that they will mistranslate,
Mhm. Makes sense.
fears that they will put the wrong information forward.
Right. A sense of responsibility, right?
It is a great responsibility.
This is why we like people that care so much about those types of things.
Yes.
Yes.
It is not to be taken lightly.
Thank you so much. Wow, I feel such a wonderful energy from you. So nice to meet you.
And the same. Pleased to be here today. I'm glad that you have called me in.
Yes. We'll hopefully call you in the future as well. What is it about you that makes you such a good person to ask your questions on this particular topic? Karma, that is.
I'm a master of energy.
Mhm.
Many people know me as an alchemist,
Mhm.
one who could flick their fingers
Mhm.
and produce gold,
Mm.
one who could live eternally in
Yes.
the human form. What are these but manifestations of the mastery of energy?
Which is the same as karma.
Karma is an energy field, yes.
It's kind of a manifestation of energy too, right? That's kind of what I was thinking is the similarity.
Karma is manifested in the lives that you live,
Okay.
in the lives that you choose to live.
Right.
It is an energy field. So how would I tell you this? It's like a cloak that you wear, maybe a weight that is carried,
Okay.
and that you would strive to reform. People talk about clearing karma. Clearing is like restructuring the energy field so that what was once dense becomes free and unrestrictive.
So maybe transmuting would be a better word than clearing.
Transmutation is an excellent word.
Okay.
That's why they would call me an alchemist, because I
Right. That's just dawning on me. Yes.
yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. Now, I want to ask this question here before. I feel like you've already answered it, but I just like whenever I have a question down, I always want to make sure I ask it. So if you have anything else to add. So the first question is, what is karma? Do you feel like you've already answered that?
I do believe I have answered that.
All right. Thank you very much. And so the next question is, um, what are the mechanics of karma? This is, I think, the area that most people are most confused about, right?
Through choice, energies are manipulated.
Okay.
They could be manipulated to elevate, enlighten, raise the frequencies and energies of all those around you, as well as yourself. They can also be used in such a way that you bring hurt. You lower and make more dense the energies around you and around the people who are close to you. Now, you choose which path you take, whether you are going to raise or lower your vibrations and by consequence those around you. Given that you make a choice that is not for the betterment and higher good of another, you undo that choice. You need to undo that choice. You not only have to undo the damage that you have caused, but you have to restore yourself and those around you to their original frequency.
Wow.
And then you may choose, but you do not have to, but you may choose, because you're coming from a more loving space, to continue and to move past their original frequency, your original frequency, and to elevate even more. But that's a choice. That's a free choice. You don't have to do that.
Beautiful, though. It's very beautiful. So this leads into my next question, and here again, you may have answered the question before I got to it. The question is what is karmic entanglement? Is this what you're describing as the way that our karma interacts with other people's fields? Is that what entanglement means?
Entanglement, yes. When you have made choices and decisions which have lowered the frequency of those around you, you have entangled yourself with that other person because you have an obligation to undo the damage that you have done.
Okay.
And of course, it gets even more complicated when the other person, in their objection to having their energy field lowered,
Right.
react with the same ill intent.
Maybe spreading
they-
it somewhere else.
Yes, and they will then, of course, retaliate and do damage to your field. And then you are truly entangled, because it's not just one side that needs to do the repair, but both sides who need to repair the damage that has been done.
So you would do this with intention or with prayer? How? What's the best practices in this situation?
To restore the energy fields.
Yes.
The first, of course.
Restore the balance, right.
Right. Well, the first step, of course, is to understand and take responsibility for the damage that you have done. You can't undo what you have not accepted responsibility for. So you take responsibility. Now, responsibility means that you atone. Atone means that you understand what you have done and that it is not a good choice, and that you start the process of repairing, because you are coming back to the oneness that you originally started at. So you want to repair, you accept, start moving forward with the intention to repair.
Right.
Now,
Go ahead.
This is where you can call for assistance.
Oh.
This is where you can ask for the transmuting violet flame. That is what the transmuting violet flame is for. To transmute the energies. You cannot call in a transmuting violet flame and then redo the same things that you have always done. It will not work. And that's why it's necessary to go through this step of accepting your responsibility first and making the choices, not only not to do what you've done before, but to undo what you have done before. Because then you are directing the flame with pure intention, not to free yourself from some burden you just don't fancy carrying and then going ahead and doing whatever you've always did anyway.
Right.
But coming from that sense of purity and understanding and realizing that, of course, this is not your highest good. This is not the best version of yourself.
Ooh.
And this is something that you really are not willing to accept as being who you are. Because ultimately, of course, who you are is God.
Right. Yes. Why do I want to act like something else?
Precisely.
Yes. Wow.
Precisely. So coming with that purity of heart, when you ask for the violet transmuting flame, I am here, I am waiting and willing and ready and more than happy to assist. Zadkiel can be called upon, Holy Amethyst can be called upon. There is a league of angels who are more than willing to help.
Oh, and yeah, you're not, nobody's putting you out by asking for you to help. This is what you're here for, right? This is what you do.
Oh, putting us out. We rejoice. We rejoice when you ask for help. Because
Oh, so beautiful.
when you ask for this kind of help, this is you being your purest essence. This is you being God, being love. Are we willing to assist you to be love? You better believe we will. This is who we are. This is what we live for. We are love. And we will always direct the energies towards love. If for anybody who asks for it, we will direct energies towards love.
Wow. So beautiful. So beautiful. I'm taking notes here. I'm sorry if I'm slow, but just amazing. I'm trying to absorb all this. It's just so wonderful. I can feel that, you know, it's not just your words. There's an energy frequency that is coming through, and I feel like I'm learning more than even just what you were saying.
Yes, indeed.
Wow, so amazing.
Yes, indeed. There is a transmission.
Yes, yes, we love it. I can't wait to get this out to the people.
And this is where you can understand that frequency, energy frequencies serve a purpose. You can feel this field. You can feel this field. And it is doing what? It is elevating you.
It's making my nose run, that's for sure.
Because in your case, that is a sign that things are on the right.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It wouldn't make everybody's nose run, but
Good, I hope not. I don't want that for anybody. Everybody would stop watching my videos if I a runny nose every time.
right.
Yes, yes.
So you're feeling this frequency. And this is what we're saying, karma is a frequency, but it's a low frequency.
yes, it's that frequency of my essence of being God, which is love. I like it's really, I'm feeling that in my heart. It's beautiful. So simple, you know, it's one of those things you think you should already know. You know what I mean? But just to hear it coming from you and to feel it coming from you, it just hits home in a whole new way. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, St.Germain.
My pleasure.
Yes, yes, I'm having a lot of fun here. Hey, by the way, I feel like we're doing great. Can you give me a feeling for like what kind of percentage or accuracy is that so far? Okay. Or if there's a better way to say it. And it's something Ursula was wondering about, and I want to.
She said, "Do not give the figure."
All right, whatever. Okay, so
She's doing very well.
all right, we're doing very well. That is all I need to know. I just want her to feel good about that. Now, so the next question is, when it comes to karma, are there ways for people to manage it, and to what extent is that proper to come at it from that angle?
You do not manage karma.
Okay.
Transmute karma.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
Managing it suggests that you wish to keep it, that you wish to play with it,
Right.
and you do not want to keep it.
No.
So we don't manage, we transmute.
Perfect. Love it. Transmute out there, people. So, are there any popular misconceptions that a lot of people hold about karma that we have not addressed yet?
There are many who feel that it's like two sides of a scale.
Yes.
You hold the door open for somebody here, and somebody holds the door open for you there. You kick
Right.
somebody here, and somebody kicks you there. It is not. That is
Oh,
karma.
okay.
That is nothing to do with karma.
so, so if like often I'll hear somebody think that they did some bad deeds and they think they can just go out and do a bunch of good deeds. They could go they cut somebody off in traffic, and now they've incurred some debt, and now if they just go and give $1 to a bum, they've paid off that debt. And that's not it at all, right?
No, it's very nice to give the dollar,
Yes. I agree.
but it doesn't cancel out what you have done to that driver, because consider this.
Mhm.
You just cut off that driver.
Yes.
That driver is now raging in their heart,
Right.
and they walk into their home and they start yelling at their wife and children.
Yes, exactly.
And their wife and children are in tears and don't know what to do with themselves, and the child goes outside and picks a fight with the next door neighbor.
It's just this ripple effect.
There is a ripple effect.
And me giving $1 to a beggar has nothing to do with that ripple.
Has nothing to do with that ripple. You have to undo the mess that you've made.
So the better way to do would be for me to notice that I cut somebody off, to take responsibility for that, and to try to maybe just send them a little love and some healing.
Immediately, if you can. Yes,
Immediately, if I can.
indeed. Yes.
Right.
And then ask when you get it, when you're driving, you cannot do as much as you might want to.
Yes.
But I mean, yes, immediately send love, do that. But also ask for the violet flame. Ask for the violet flame to come in to start the process of undoing.
Right. You sent to that person and yourself.
Yes. But when you ask for the violet flame later as well, when you've got quiet time, ask for it to go to pass down the ripples all the way, all the
Down
way.
the ripples.
Yes.
Oh God, that's so good.
Because it is not just the action, the one-time action, it's the many actions that followed.
Yes. So yeah, so you can do kind of a sort of a quickie version on the spot in the moment, but if you take a concentrated effort towards this later on down the line, then it does more good.
Yes. And stops a lot of harm that may continue to ripple through the universe.
And therefore, what we were calling entanglement earlier.
Yes.
This is so, man, I knew this was going to be a good session. I knew I was going to love this one, but I am just loving it so much. So next question here is, what is, if there is a difference between these things, what is the difference between karmic lessons and karmic debt? Are these both real things or not? Are they different?
Karmic debt is obvious. The story of the car cutting off the driver,
Yes.
you have incurred a karmic debt there.
Okay.
Because you have created a series of adverse effects which have to be
Right.
undone and reversed. That's a debt.
Right.
Karmic lessons, I do not know what you're asking for that one.
Well, so one of my friends was talking about this earlier today, and we were kind of feeling like there's this like a karmic debt is something that kind of has to be fulfilled, but maybe there's some kind of some optional, I guess, karmic things that you may choose to deal with. I don't know if it's really a thing. It's just a conversation we were having with somebody, and we were wondering if there is such a thing as it's just like kind of optional karmic issues that you may choose to dive into within the course of a lifetime.
I think you shouldn't be attaching the word karma to that.
Right, it's just lessons.
There are lessons that you have to, that you
Exactly.
may or may not choose to
Okay.
go through. Challenges. Karmic, they're not karmic unless you make them so.
Right. Okay. So, I had an issue a while back where I had taken in a friend into my house, kind of in a time of need for them and me, and it kind of went terribly, although I had the best intentions at heart. And I felt like there was some kind of an element of karma at play. Do you know what I'm talking about? And do you agree or disagree with this? And I can ask the question better too if you need me to.
This is Ursa speaking.
Yeah. It's too broad of a question, or
I'm just getting things that I can't pull together. I can't pull the things together into something
okay.
that makes sense.
Okay, so let me ask this question a little deeper here, because I'm feeling like I have it wrong now, anyways, based on what we've heard already. But so my idea was that by bringing this person in and it bringing a certain amount of suffering to me, that I had somehow kind of paid off some debt that I might have accrued from back in the day when I was a car salesman or some other time.
No. No.
Okay.
I don't know what, this is Ursa again speaking. I keep getting the word sticky and I don't know why I'm getting the word sticky.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Because there was a certain stickiness that I felt like, right? I felt with this whole situation. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why am I having that feeling? I'm attaching the word karma to it, but that may not actually be what the stickiness is that I was feeling. Like this person was basically out of my life, and then I brought them back into my life with the intention of doing something good for everyone, but it didn't necessarily turn out that way. Why? Why not? When I've got pure intention, a pure heart, I want to just help, and I get kicked in the nuts. Right? I mean, why does things go that way sometimes?
It's sticky energy.
Okay.
You two did have, you've got energy that's not clear.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's just like attachments or connections that I've never properly severed,
Yes.
not necessarily having to do with karma, just stickiness.
Stickiness, yes.
Okay. Very interesting.
You can clear those lines too with the
Okay.
violet flame. The violet flame will do that.
Wonderful. I'm going to do that as soon as we're done here. Then, all right. And I want to go into another situation that's very similar that came right after that, which is where I met a girl that seemed. Now this one seemed more like karma, like evidently, I guess we get together and all lifetime after lifetime, and we always start fighting. And so, first of all, can you tell me why something like that would be a thing? If it has anything to do with karma, or if it's some other mechanic that is at play?
Yes, you two keep lowering each other's energies.
Why? What's the point of that?
It's a kind of possessiveness.
Right?
You refuse to let each other go.
Why won't we learn this lesson through so many lifetimes?
Trigger each other. You remind each other of these past lifetimes.
Yeah.
And you pull yourself back into the patterns of those lifetimes.
It's so weird, St. Germain, because like this brought out things in me that I thought weren't even a part of me. Like, I'm not like that. I don't act that way. And if I ever did, it was back way, way back in the day, you know? And I can't figure it out, like why this, why it triggered me, why it brought out these parts of me that I thought weren't a part of me. What's the point?
They're unhealed.
They're what?
They're not healed.
Okay.
You have not dealt with them in any lifetime yet.
I just kind of basically like repressed them or suppressed them.
Ignored them completely, yes.
Okay.
Didn't acknowledge that they exist. This is what I was saying at the beginning, that first of all, you have to acknowledge
Right.
that they exist and take that responsibility, acknowledge that you are responsible. And from that point, decide that you are going to do something about that and make this, undo the damage, atone. You understand?
Kind of. I want to dive a little deeper into this, though. We're 6,000 miles apart. Like, why couldn't we have just never met?
There is no distance, and we are all one.
Right.
Time and space are a construct of the human, but there is no gap. There is no distance. We all is one energy field.
Okay. So the point is that until both of us learn this lesson, then it will keep presenting itself until it has been transmuted or cleared or whatever.
Yes.
So even if I just do something on my end, it does not end the merry-go-round.
It does not end it, but it reduces the severity of it.
Okay. Because I would, yeah, go ahead.
You have to undo the damage that you have done.
Okay.
She has to undo the damage that she has done.
Okay.
You can definitely do your part. You can do as much. You can clear everything
Right.
that you are responsible for, and
Right.
it's your responsibility to do that. That's not something that you should shirk anyway. Do that.
Right.
It's
Right.
very important to you.
Yes.
You will probably find
Mm-hmm.
that the intensity will reduce dramatically from her side. Once she is not being affected by you,
Mm-hmm.
she will not be reacting to you.
Right.
Now, she has to clear her energy fields too, and she has to undo the damage that she has done too. That's not your responsibility.
Okay. But I can make her feel lighter.
You can help her, yes,
and
but
then that will help her. Okay.
it will help enormously because you will have removed a large part of this entanglement that is around her, but she still has to clear her field for her own sake as well.
Right. Right. So then at a point like that, then I mean, is it we just kind of go our own separate ways and then we're never going to run into each other again in another lifetime? Or do we say, oh, now we can actually be friends and make something productive? Like, how does that work?
That is free choice.
Free will
Always
choice.
free
Okay.
choice. I mean, you
Okay.
can always choose who you want to be friends with and who you want to keep your distance from. There's nothing wrong with choosing to keep your distance, and there's nothing wrong with choosing to be friends. They're just choices.
Right.
What's wrong is when you decide that I don't like that person and you direct negative energy towards that person.
I'm mad at them when there's no reason for me to be mad at them.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
So you know, nobody can make you be a friend of another, but just because you're not a friend does not mean that you don't be loving.
Right. Right. Because we talk about unconditional love, and that whether it's up close or from a distance doesn't really matter.
Right.
Right. Okay. Wow, this is great stuff. Okay. So let me add, this is an interesting question that Ursula and I had earlier today. If everyone agreed that there was no such thing as karma, would there still be karma?
Yes, that has very many layers to that question. There are many
You know,
layers to that
just trying to
question.
get it interesting, make it interesting.
So, okay, the beginning part of that question is about beliefs.
Yes,
Do your beliefs create your reality?
yes.
Yes, they do.
All right.
Yes, they do. Now, if you do not believe you have karma, will you have no karma? No. However, okay, the answer is no. If you have karma, you have karma. You
Right,
have to transmute that energy.
right,
Okay. If you believe you do not have karma, will there be no karma in a different in a different layer, in a different layer?
right.
To take the belief that you do not have karma in its full context is to do the work of releasing the karma and then recognizing that you have done the work and it is released.
Because now it's not belief that there's no karma. Now you know that you don't have karma.
Yes, but when a human does the work, a human will say, beloved angel, come and clear my energy field.
Mhm.
And the angel says, of course. And they come and clear your energy field. And then tomorrow you say, beloved angel, come and clear my energy field. And the angel said, well, I just did that. The human being doesn't believe if they ask it once, it's done.
Right,
They think if they ask it thousands of times, one day it gets done.
right, right.
That's not how it works.
Yeah,
The instant you recognize that you need assistance and you ask for assistance, you get the assistance you asked for. The instant you've realized that you need it and ask for it, you get it. Do you need to repeat your request 1,000 times? No, we're not deaf. And we don't play games of, oh, let's see how many times we can make them ask us before we'll think about helping them. We don't play those games.
you guys don't like take Tuesdays off and only work on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We couldn't call on you on your lunch hour or something like that, right?
Yeah, we don't play these games. That's human.
Okay, thank you. I just want to clarify for people, that's all.
So if you take the necessary steps and believe that it is done, it is done.
Okay,
In fact, although we do help you the instant you ask, your belief that you need to keep on asking because it doesn't ever, we never answer immediately,
it
your
reverses.
belief keeps the karma. It doesn't keep it in its place, but it keeps it kind of in your field as a possibility because you think it's there.
Right, right, right. Oh, it's so good.
So you feel the effect of this dense energy because you think you have this dense energy, but you don't. But as the minute you realize that, in fact, I asked for it to be gone, it's gone. It is gone. It is gone.
Okay, this is
And
great.
so if you believe you have no karma, then you have no karma. Yes,
Okay.
yes, you have none. But you have to do your work first.
Right, fair enough, right?
Yes.
Now, and it's just a little bit of a follow-up question to go with this one. So we were wondering if people believing in karma has anything to do with keeping us trapped in 3D.
Yes.
Wow.
But not believing in karma because karma doesn't exist. Karma does exist, okay?
Right.
Believing that you can't get out of the entrapment of karma.
Right.
That keeps you trapped in 3D. And light workers keep making this mistake.
Yeah.
Light workers work for years and years and years, meditating, clearing, purging, meditating, clearing, purging. And they keep doing it, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it. And they will be on that cycle forever until the day they say, you know what, I've done the work. I've done the work. That is the shift. That is the shift. Everybody's looking for a bright light to appear in the sky, for spacecraft to land, for journeys to be taken.
Right.
The shift is internal.
Okay.
Let the light shine internally. Let it shine finally and see it for what it is.
Okay.
You've done the work. If you've done the work, what are you waiting for? Step into your power. You have the power. It's always been there. It's never gone anywhere.
So as you're saying all this, I'm kind of writing it down, taking notes. I'm going to make some kind of maybe a prayer or an affirmation or some kind of a meditation for people so that we can use some of the things we've learned here. And so I love this one. You said, "Beloved angels, please come and clear my karmic field." The thing I was just thinking of is, "I'm released from everything that keeps me trapped in 3D." Is there anything that you would add to that phrase?
I am a sovereign being of light and love. I am pure. I am clean. I am God in manifestation. I step into my power, my divinity, my serenity. I have opened the door which no man can shut. I am the door which no man can shut.
Just a minute. That's so good. So good.
Statement before you get into that area. Are you ready?
Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, ready.
So, I am the resurrection and the life.
Resurrection and the life.
I am the resurrection and the life.
Okay.
Of the purity of my being.
Wow. So this is what the resurrection is really meant to teach us, huh?
It is a restoration of the original divine blueprint in which you were created.
Wow.
It is the restoration of the Immaculate Conception.
What do you mean by that?
The Immaculate Conception is the original, unsullied blueprint that you were thought into being. The idea that originated from the mind of God that brought into your being is your blueprint. That is the Immaculate Conception.
Right. Immaculate Conception is an idea from God.
That is correct.
Yes, that does. The words say it right there, and I never thought of it that way.
Right. And the resurrection is the restoration of the Immaculate Conception.
Wow. That is just blowing my mind and giving me chills for days. Thank you so much. Thank you. Whew. Okay, so how do we know if something is karma that needs to be experienced, or if it's just some kind of a repeating pattern that needs to be released from the Akash?
The two are strongly related.
Mm-hmm.
Karma is, as you understand,
Mm-hmm.
the energy, the distorted energy that is in your field that you need to transmute. And the repeating patterns is the distorted energy in your field that you need to transmute.
Okay.
So it's the same idea in a different way of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the same idea.
Yeah, and so we kind of have this idea of just kind of wiping these patterns or experiences from our Akashic record. But really, we don't need to do that because we can just accept responsibility and decide not to make those same choices and do these other things we talked about. And it'd be the same end result.
Of course. Once
Okay.
your Akashic record is a record, an imprint of all the lifetimes that you have ever lived
Mm-hmm.
in all dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you wipe an Akashic record by transmuting the karma? Yes, of course you do. You wipe it out in the sense that you now have changed the energy that's in the Akashic record.
Right. But there's no real interplay between the Akashic record and karma. There's not really, it's just a recording of what your karma is. That's all.
Yes, but the interplay is that now you're making a new recording.
Right. Right.
So when you transmute the karmic energy, it's like an overlay into your Akashic record. It clears the Akashic record of that energy.
Right. But you couldn't go to the Akashic record and just do it that way because that's kind of doing it backwards, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I see. So you're saying like go to your Akashic record and just like erase it and then it goes away from your field?
Right.
Yeah, no.
Okay, good.
That's like taking this video that you're making right now and editing out certain pieces and saying that you've been changed because you edited out those pieces of the video.
Right. Exactly.
It did nothing for you. It just edited out what you're putting out to the world. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you
Right.
very much. That's a great answer. And so just one of the things that we kind of had wrong, and I'm sure some other people had it wrong too.
Mhm.
Okay, just a moment here. So now we want to talk about the connection between karma and going to like the new earth, which we think of as 5D. I don't know if they're the same thing or not, but is karma something that's going to hold a person back from making that transition, what we call the event or the ascension?
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Talk to me about that a little, please.
5D is not a place, it's a frequency.
Okay.
Okay. 5D is a loving frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Karma is dense energy.
Uh-huh.
You cannot bring dense energy into a loving, well, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
You cannot reach that loving vibration with this heavy, dense energy pulling you down all the time.
Okay, perfect.
So you need to wipe it clean. You need to get that out of your fields so that your energy field, the field that is around you, is in a higher vibration altogether, which will bring you into that loving space, which is the frequency of 5D.
So if I'm going to add this into my meditation affirmation thing, I'm going to say, I remove all dense energies from my field that keep me trapped in a lower dimension, I guess. Does that seem good? That keep me anchored in 3D. That prevent me from moving forward into the fifth dimension.
Okay, this is Ursa speaking right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting everything a little bit confused right now. I'm getting all messed up with you can command and so on, and asking for the assistance that you require.
Okay. So it's not a necessary step then. I'm just adding layers of complication to something that's already been handled earlier in this what we've already said. Okay. So
At this point, I'm getting confused now too.
that's
Sorry.
okay. I think I understand. So now the next question is this. Is there, St.Germain, such a thing as ancestral karma? It seems like we've run into some people before that were having to deal with what we would call ancestral karma, and we're just curious Why, when, how such a thing happens, if it does?
Yes. There are old patterns that need to be broken
Mm-hmm.
on the earth plane. Now, everybody has to take responsibility for the karma that they have created.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. However, the human race is not, okay, they're not fully ready. They do not understand all of this process. And they are getting assistance. The energy, there is a karmic field, if you like, around the earth, which has been sown by each generation of humans.
Okay.
Okay. Unrequited karma that is just there, waiting to be released. Okay. To allow the whole planet to move into the 5D frequency.
Okay.
Light workers are being asked through the purity of their intention
Mm-hmm.
and through the higher frequency that they hold to take on that karmic burden as if it is their own.
Okay.
And then they transmute that energy,
Mm-hmm.
partly to stop the karmic patterns passing down through the generational lines,
Okay.
but partly also to bring clearing back through the ancestral lines for many generations. So the light worker is acting as the transmuter. They are taking on the burden of the karma in their field,
Mm-hmm.
and they are transmuting that to free mankind from patterns which are devastating to humanity.
So, if you're somebody that feels that you have cleared your own karma, you don't feel like you have any, right? You're good. Then now you can start clearing the planet's karma and to help the planet to move forward in that method.
Yes,
Okay.
and you will feel that, of course, in your field.
Mm-hmm.
You will feel that heaviness, and you will think, well, didn't I just do all my clearing last week?
Right.
And where is all of this arising from?
Right.
Don't enter into it. Don't start trying to make it your own. Don't make it your own.
Okay.
When you feel it, ask for assistance. Ask for assistance. Invoke the violet flame. Call these beautiful invocations already put out into the world. Invoke the violet flame. Ask it to blaze through. Ask it to explode through. Ask it to expand and magnify and intensify through the fields. Burn it brightly. Burn it through the whole earth. Burn it through every man, woman, and child. Do this. Just do it. So much can be cleared. So much.
So I'm taking this prayer, I turn it into a daily affirmation. I've gotten to the parts where I've already cleared everything for myself. And now I want to say that I would like to invoke the violet flame to explode through and to burn through everyone on the planet and even the karmic field that surrounds the planet.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes.
And if a bunch of people were doing this, then the whole planet would make a bunch of progress.
Yes.
Sorry about the bad. There we go. Sorry, just getting that down. Thank you. I feel like we're really together. We're making something powerful that a lot of people will get to take part in, and maybe just help the planet burn off some of its karma. And we Ursula and I always love everything that helps everyone get closer to ascension faster.
Yes.
This sounds like something that would do that. It's wonderful. Okay, just a minute here. And let's just ask this too. What role does planetary karma play in the ascension or not ascension?
It's like an anchor. It's an anchor. The way an anchor will slow down and pull
It's energy.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I think I only have one more question left, and I've just you plowed through these so fast. You're so good. I thought it was going to take me longer, but I love the work that you're doing here, St.Germain. Thank you once again. So the next question I want to talk about is like this idea of maybe like a racial karma. Is there anything that the human race has in the way of karma as a whole? And is there anything you would get if you were white or black or Mexican or whatever other race too that just comes with that race karmically?
Okay, that's yes. Okay, the human race has devastated this planet.
Yes.
Destroyed the forest, killed off different species of animals, poured all kinds of junk into the earth, onto the earth. Is this karmic? Is it a karmic load? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So the human race has to accept responsibility for all of that work.
Right.
Have they killed each other? Yes, they have. Is this something that you can do without any repercussions? No. All the many wars that have been fought on this planet has built up karmic layers.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very dense energy. Some places are almost impossible to travel through. The energy is so dense from all the wars that have been held there. And yes, this is the energy that you need to transmute. This is a very vital part of the journey into 5D. Racial, in terms of white, black, Mexican, yes, of course. Every nation has waged wars.
Where I live now, in the United States, where we kind of like killed all the Indians back in the day, I still carry part of that burden because I'm an ancestor of that.
It's a very tricky question, that one, in some respects, because we live many lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day you will have been the Indian, the next day you will be the white man, another day you will be the African, and so on and so on and so on.
Oh yeah, so it's impossible to know what side of that I was on.
You're on all the sides. You are in all the sides. Everybody is in all the sides. Anybody who thinks that they are, you name it, white or whatever it happens to be, are very much mistaken. There is no such thing as white and black, and there really isn't. That is another construct. You don't separate your cats into black-haired and ginger-haired and white-haired and give them karmic loads depending on which side of that they're on, or enslave one group because they look different from that. You don't do that, and you don't even think that's reasonable, but you do it to each other as human beings. But it's an artificial.
And just expanding on that, for that matter, the Indians took it from somebody else too, so it's not like they're blameless on any level.
There is no nation that is blameless.
Everybody took it from everybody, and so this is why you're saying that every race has karma of its own.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. You're on a really good roll, and I messed it up. So we're talking about racial karma, and how that comes into play. Is there anything else you want to say on that topic, St.Germain?
It's time to stop pointing fingers. Pointing fingers is just creating more karma.
Ah.
It's time to unite. Stop blaming each other and accept every man, woman, and child in their own way has a certain burden that they have to get rid of. Help each other lift the burden. Stop putting more burdens on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Step in and help each other lift the burden. Recognize God in each and every one of you. Don't see a black man or a white woman or a Mexican child. Don't see that. See God. See the purity that's in each and every soul that's out there. Recognize that and say, what can I do to help you today? What can I do to love you more today? What can I do to make you my brother, my sister today? Meet each other at that level. Not only do you want to lift that burden of karma from each and every one of you, but you want to elevate, raise, restore. Aim for that.
So
Aim
beautiful.
for that.
So beautiful. Let me ask you this, St. Germain. We'll go a little off topic because I think we've gone through the karma stuff. Well, before I do that, before I go on to other topics, is there anything else that you want to say on karma that we have missed or that I didn't think to ask a question about? The people of the world would like to know.
Just to know that it is not immovable. Just to know that you are, each and every one of you, sovereign beings. This is a cloak. Take it off. Just take it off.
So simple.
That's all we want from you. Take it off.
So if you think you are an unlucky person, get rid of that. Stop thinking that. If you think that you are burdened with karma from some mistake that you have made in the past, just let it go. Most likely you didn't even make a mistake anyways, right?
That is just not how it works. It's just not how it works.
Yeah.
Just recognize that you are light and love. You are light and love. And I will say it a third time. You are light and love. Drop the cloaks.
Drop the cloak. You don't need that thing anymore. Thank you very much, St.Germain. Just a minute here. Okay, so we got a few off-topic questions here. I hope you don't mind answering. And you know, and if there's something that don't fit into your area of expertise, that's fine. We understand. We know you came forward for certain specific reasons.